Ancestors, let me be your drum tonight. Speak through me. Ancestors, let me be your drum tonight. Speak through me. We just laid my mother to rest. She died June 1st, my birthday. Our journey together in this world began June 1st and ended June 1st. But did it really? My sister said she sometimes starts speeches by saying, if you want to know who I am, ask the heavenly eye.
Bird said, see with your ears and hear with your eyes. The Soul Vine, remembering Caffie Greene. On Monday, another one of the Southland's warriors for justice and equality was laid to rest. Caffie Greene, a feisty, multitasking whirlwind who emerged from the destruction of the 1965 Watts riot, taking charge of the changes it wrought, died last week at age 91 after a long period of illness. And I had already been missing her for years, ever since she became too old and too sick to kick butt. Caffie Greene was a legend.
I have to start by thanking my ancestors for paving the way for me to be here today, especially my grandmother, Caffie Greene, who's one of the greatest civil rights leaders in Los Angeles history. She was born in Arkansas to a mother who was a sharecropper, and her father, her grandfather, was born into slavery on a plantation in Georgia.
Her name is Caffie Greene, a very rare name, C-A-F-F-I-E, Greene with an E on the end of it.
Okay, and this was your grandmother?
My grandmother, my father's mother.
Now you mentioned you're trying to do some research on her, or you're writing
Yes,
a book about her?
I have a 300-page manuscript. This story of Caffie Greene has been pushed to the side. And, you know, the story of Los Angeles and civil rights is usually told in as far as what men did, but this is really important because not only she, but she and what is called, affectionately nicknamed, the mothers of South Central Los Angeles. She worked with a cadre of black women mothers. And really, I'm telling the story, the history of the LA civil rights through her.
Wow. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Casey Nat Turner. He received his Bachelor of Arts from Brown University, his Master's in Education from Harvard University, and his PhD from the University of California at Berkeley. At each of those graduations, I noticed that staff and faculty all were suffering from roof flu when they came up to me. Their eyes were welling up, their voices were cracking, and they were saying, oh, wow, we're gonna miss him. And so I think for me, I think that's the thing that makes me proudest, because what it indicates is that he was following the tradition and leaving more than he took at each of those institutions.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Zig, for having me. Yeah, the first thing I'll say just off the top, in addition to thanking you all, is just thanking, Caffie Greene for having you and for being our grandmother and for giving so much to so many people. That her longevity makes it such that we could take apart decade from, that's from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and all the way to the year 2000, she was an activist. So what it was like going with Caffie, we would go from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting. And in every single meeting, she listened. She took every single piece of literature on every table in hand, in her bag, to study up on later. And during the meeting, after she listened for a while, she would stand up and make her presence known and tell everyone in the meeting what she was there to do and who she was there speaking on behalf of: Black people, poor working class people, and that their rights were not going to be denied.
I think the history that she provided, I think that the groups that come along now needs to know about some of the history that she had. She was a great woman in this, and very well known in terms of the Black Operational Program. But more than that, she was not all Black. She was for people, poor and low-income people. And she wanted to see people have a better life for themselves.
Consistently cultivating women leaders, consistently mentoring people.
We did what had to be done to get what we needed, huh?
You know, because she walked up to me, I was going to shoot the police or somebody. I had a gun. She said, no, you don't want to do that. She took the gun away from me and took me to the team post, and that's how we got hooked up. She said, no, you're going to work like this. This is how you get things done. You shoot the police, you go into jail. Caffie controlled us, and we controlled the kids, so Caffie controlled everything.
The greatest woman lives. Yeah, she in Rosa Parks. She's in her territory.
That's right.
For California, you know.
Hear her regal roar, ranging, ruling.